Hi there, I'm Robert Dudzik and welcome you to another installment of Limitation Breeds Creativity. Today I want to continue my previous video when I show you what I did to the drum head. And as you know, the drum head was the skin of the drums what I used for my snare drum, and I did some modification. And the previous video was focused most of how I'm getting my big cinematic hits and some other special effects. But now it's come time when I take the drum head and I actually place in the snare drum, and I think you are today for the treat to see the surprise what sounds I get from the drum head mount to the snare drum. So enjoy, and I will see you shortly after this when I will bring you again to the Cubase and I will show you all post-processing what I'm doing to the sound next. Now the first thing probably you see, I add spring across my snare drum, and I add just adding more natural reverb plus some cool sound effects. And one of the additional things on top of the microphones, I added Geophone from Lom Audio, and the reason is because when you attach the drum head to the snare, it's become automatically higher pitch, but I know there's low frequency coming and I really want to capture that. So remember how I said in the first video, when you're tuning stuff, record them to the tuning elements because they're really cool sound design elements. And this is probably the coolest thing I did. It's again the back massager, just placing on top. It's a great source of creating drones. One of my favorite things is Super Bowl. Super Bowl just creating such a unique, great tone, and the Bowl just activate all this low frequency coming from the drum. Of course, the bigger bowl you add, the slower you go, the tone becomes lower and bigger. And of course, if you have a strings hanging out, you gotta use bow to recording all kinds of scrape sounds. This is great element for creating horror sound design. All you have to do is just add little black hole reverb and you're set pretty much. The little wire what I'm pulling is just a bass guitar string. So as you see and hear, there's a lot of different sounds, and some of them probably were unexpected to you, and just wait when you're gonna see what's happening with them when I place them right now in the Cubase and I'm gonna start in processing. And again, just a reminder, I will be not showing how I'm editing, mixing stuff, because everything is already in the first video what I released. So let's cut to the chase. Let's move right now to the Cubase and let's have some fun with the sounds. First thing after editing and mixing, I will addition my sounds, of course, make sure that all sounds right. And the next thing, I will go to the contact and drag them all inside here. And the reason why I like using contact, because it's great for me for the additions, plus I can stack the sounds so easy. I can press 2 free keys at the same time and creating different sounds. And my master bass, I only using Sud 2 for eliminate the harshness, uber loud just to add more definition color to the sound and more punch. And also on dynamic EQ, I have to. because there's so much low frequencies that I have to have this under control. The louder the bass is and the mix, your file just gonna be sounds quieter, and you don't want this thing. So it's very important, keep eye on your bass control. So now like experimenting creating my multi. So basically double this instrument and make sure it's in the same MIDI channel so they're all corresponding. And this time I'm bringing the low pass filter a little bit down, make a width wider, and I pitch down a little more. So now, as you hear and you see, they all play seamlessly at the same time, but the first instrument goes straight when I have all the character of the sounds, but the second is going a little bit slower, but it's wider. So the frequency not fighting with each other and the sound is just bigger and wider. Just listen to this. And you have nice tails going, resonance of the sounds. And you know, let's add one more. And this time we're going to do again, make sure then the same MIDI channel corresponding. And this one I will pitch down even more with keeping the same place. And look at this now. Now it's a really true low frequencies going down. And you see in the dynamic EQ on the left side how much sound's going about. The blue line on the left side, it's all because it's controlling the bass. Make sure I'm safe. So now how I say it, the lower sounds play the slowest way, take the longest time, but you have the nice cool tail at the end of the sound. The signal is so loud because it's so much bass, I have to bring the volume down. So this is one of the way of the processing the sounds to get interesting tone of them and design. Of course, you can play with the pitch bend, with pitch wheel. You can do so much using Kontakt for sound design. The next way how I process, I'll just open Cubase empty session, I call like empty canvas, and just select my sounds, whatever I like, drag them into my session after edition, and let's see what we can do with them next. So the first thing I want to show you, one of the way how I'm creating whooshes. There's many ways to creating whooshes, but the way how I do, I want to keep the original organic tone of this thing. So basically, I duplicate the first hit, and the next thing I'm gonna do, I reverse. And I'm gonna shrink it because obviously you hear it's a little bit too long and it's dry right now. So let's shrink a little bit and do the fade in. And now it sounds better. So let's activate my filter and dynamic EQ because I know it's going to be a lot of bass. And it sounds good, but let's send this to the routing to the FX channel when I have the black hole reverb. And now you hear the tails going under. And you say, okay, it's okay whoosh. You can use this thing. But check this thing. The same hit what I was using, I'm gonna slide over. And you see it's glitchy when I slap, but when you hit X, it's gonna get crossfade. And now it sounds with the nice natural run of the tail. So another thing what I did, I just basically bring out the volume of the hit and it sounds great. And you can experiment with different sounds. Like look at this, I take different hits, same process, slide over, hit X, crossfade, and look at this sound now. Combining just two sounds together, you're getting very unique, crazy sound. And you can add more character to them by just adding different sounds, just to creating more character and interesting textures at the end. And let's play right now with the filter. And look at this, what's happened. By opening slowly the frequency, the sound and the end is like coming from nowhere and just adding more character interesting After Effects sound. And now let's do a different trick. Just duplicate the sound under, and I'm using pitch shift, but this time it's like going down. So the top one is go regular pitch, but the sound on the bottom is going from high to down, creating very cool illusion effect. And I use the same thing to the other bow instrument, but this time I'm going from the bottom to the top. So basically this is the way how you can easily creating very dark dramatic riser. And let's set this one to the shimmer verb. Claustrophobic sound, almost like scraping strings, give it a scare sound. And let's pitch down the Super Bowl even more down right now. So let's duplicate, go to the pitch, and let's bring down, transpose -12 semitones down. And look at this now. The sound just gets so much depth. And you can play right now again with the filter, and it just sounds beautiful. As you see, what I just show you, there are endless possibility to process the sound. And what I just show you is it's just a tiny little snip what's possible to do this thing. And you know, that's the way how I approach the sound, but I'm pretty sure you will probably have your own way how you want to approach this sound. And if you find something really cool, what you think it deserves to be shared with other people, just don't be afraid. Do just like I do, just film yourself, post the video and share it, and make sure you're gonna send me a link because I would love to check out. So before I'm ending, again, I'm just asking you, please click the button on the bottom, subscribe, and hit notifications so you will be know when I'm posting the next video, and you will be also notified when I'm posting video with my free sounds effects to you for use for your needs. And that could be maybe part of my session or place where I go to my junkyard and or other crazy locations, and all the sounds will be ready for you to use. And right now there's first video out, and hope you have a chance to check. If not, I would highly recommend you because there's a lot of great sounds. Until then, I will see you in the next video. Have fun making sounds. Bye.